Hello everyone and welcome back to another Genshin Impact recipe video. It's been a while and I'm recreating one of the very few recipes we can get right away when we step into the brand new region of Nodkrai, the crispy roast. This is a simple crispy pork belly recipe with everyday ingredients and authentic flavor. As always, the written recipe will be in the description below, and please subscribe to stay updated with all of my cooking content. Without further ado, let's begin. To begin, I have this piece of skin-on pork belly. Pat the skin dry with a paper towel and then create shallow slices across the skin with a knife. I made them about an inch apart to match the in-game image a bit more. Unfortunately, I did go a bit too deep on one of the cuts. This is what you don't want to do. Sprinkle salt all over the skin and we're going to let this sit in the fridge uncovered overnight. The salt and the dry fridge air is going to expel as much moisture as possible from the pork skin so it can be crispy later on. The next day, the pork is looking dry and ready to go. I'm doing a simple seasoning on the actual meat with salt, black pepper, and garlic powder. There was an emphasis on simplicity in the description, so I'm not going to go too crazy. Once the pork is seasoned, place on a foil-lined baking tray and then fill the empty space with sliced carrots. Lightly oil and season the carrots, and then place the tray into the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 to 45 minutes. Once the time is up, take the tray out and remove the carrots from the tray and set aside. The pork isn't looking too pretty right now, but it is cooked through, so now we can focus on the skin. Set the oven to broil and then place the pork on the top rack. Stay near the oven as the pork can easily burn during this step, but it'll take around 5 minutes for the skin to crackle and crisp up. You could go even further than that, but I didn't want the skin to look too bubbly because the in-game image seemed rather tame in comparison. After letting the meat rest, I'm going to use that little spot where I cut too deep as my separating point because I do need 2 pieces of pork belly. And that completes this section of the recipe. The other section are the mashed potatoes. Once again, I'm going basic and just boiling cut potatoes in water with salt and rosemary until fork tender. Then using a potato masher to break down the potatoes and then adding a mixture of butter and cream and incorporating with the potatoes until they are creamy and delicious. To plate, start with a layer of the mashed potatoes, then place 1 piece of the pork belly on top of the mashed potatoes, and then angle the other pork belly piece on top of the original piece. Then it's the roasted carrots, and for garnish, sprinkle cilantro or parsley, a sprig of rosemary near the carrots, and a piece of mint on top of the pork belly piece. And that completes the crispy roast from Genshin Impact, one of the first nodkrai recipes. It was delicious, and I did stay true to the simplicity of the dish. Personally not my style of cooking, and I would make this again, but with a few changes to the seasoning. Let me know your thoughts, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.